Have you ever wondered what it would take to change the world? Maybe that's too big a thought. Or how about, have you ever wanted to do something important to help someone else, like a neighbor or friend? What if that neighbor was really far away, like someone in Africa? How would you ever connect? And if you could connect, how would you know what to do? In Africa, there are over 320 million people without access to clean water, and 21 million people living with HIV/AIDS. Dirty water accounts for up to 80% of disease in developing countries. Women and children walk for hours every day collecting water that makes their families sick. For those with HIV/AIDS, the situation is even more challenging. Because of diseases in the water, their lifespan can be drastically shortened. As a result, parents aren't able to work, children miss school, and ultimately families are torn apart as millions are left orphaned. Generation after generation are robbed of their hope as they fight off disease at the cost of their education and future. While these challenges may seem overwhelming, we know that the actions of people working together can accomplish incredible things. But Africa is far away, and we don't always know what works best in cultures so different from our own. What if there were groups of people in both Africa and the US working separately to change the lives of people in Africa? By partnering together, we could each be working in our own communities, bridging the gap to connect the strengths of communities in America with the strengths of communities in Africa. Blood Water Mission is a grassroots movement, partnering with organizations made up of local Africans to connect and transform communities on both continents through creative social action. By giving these communities a platform for voicing their own ideas and then connecting their efforts with those on the other side of the world, we are listening, ensuring that solutions are relevant, effective, and sustainable. Bloodwater then brings these solutions to life, equipping these local organizations by using our strengths in development, technical expertise, and networking to make sure that skills and resources are effective and lasting. But the resources wouldn't be available in the first place without the passion and creative involvement of others. In America, we found kids holding garage sales, students running car washes and running 5Ks. Universities got together and made water their only beverage and donated the savings. Everyone from churches to schools to small businesses, even homeless shelters were pitching in. But Americans weren't the only ones using creativity to raise money. In Africa, we found people selling cows and chickens to help bring clean water. Community groups are cleaning up places crippled with disease, and support groups for HIV/AIDS banded together to help meet one another's needs. And children were teaching their parents about hygiene lessons they had learned at school. On each side of the ocean, people came together to make a difference, and all the small steps added up to a whole lot. Working together through Bloodwater, communities banded together, empowered and equipped to change their circumstances. Through this partnership, wells and other water projects are built, clinics and proper latrines are constructed, people are educated on sanitation, and they learn their HIV status. Back in the US, people stepped out of their routines, came together, and took part in something bigger than themselves. They became a voice in their own communities. For those halfway around the world, they made a difference in someone else's life, and in the process, changed their own. Along the way, we've learned something important, and that's that change has to start deeper. And only relationships that value one another can do that. And relationships take time. Time plus relationships plus resources equal hope, dignity, and empowerment. The concept of neighbor is changing, and maybe our neighbors aren't so far away after all. And while one neighbor gets water and health, and the other finds their purpose and impact, together, we are one step closer to changing the world.